Hi, this is Lucia with The Art of Love. This week I have an email from a woman who ran into her ex while she was doing no contact. So let's go through this email. I was dating this guy for 6 months and then he suddenly started to become cold and distant. No, he didn't suddenly become cold and distant. There were clues leading up to that, but you missed them. Which drove me crazy and made me behave really needy and chasing. No, you chose to behave needy and chasing. No one can make you behave anyway. You decide your reaction because someone else would have been in this situation and they would have been, all right, cool, no problem. So don't blame him for how you chose to behave based on your attachment style and your level of confidence and self-esteem and level of interest. We were fighting all the time, and all of a sudden he put me in the friend zone. Fighting lowers interest level. You want to avoid fighting as much as possible. Our last communication was a text argument. Again, never argue via text. That's one of the stupidest things you can do because already texting can be so confusing in terms of miscommunications, and now you're going to argue over text? No, if you have something to say, you pick up the phone and talk. You don't argue via text. He wouldn't commit, and I got tired of it. Commit to what? Are we talking about commitment to boyfriend or to marriage? That was the core of the problem, and I became possessive and insecure. I don't want to be his friend, and I prefer to cut it completely, but he always says we need to be friends first, especially because we were arguing constantly. So what he means is that you have to be friends, period, because if you're always arguing, you're not even friends. So he's not trying to put you in the friend zone, but he's saying with all this arguing, we're not even friends. So how can we even talk about a commitment? And I have to agree with him. So I found out about the no contact rule and started it. It was one of the hardest things I've ever done, and I felt so much physical pain and just couldn't stop thinking about him. But as the days went on, it did get easier with intense moments of anger and sadness. I was going on week 3 of no contact and starting to feel amazing and strong when he suddenly turned up at a church we had both been going to before. He never goes there without me, and he knew I'd be there. My heart was pounding. Dun, 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 dun. That's what happens when you see your ex unexpectedly. Your heart will be pounding strongly. I could see he was nervous, and so was I. After the service, we spoke, and it was really nice. We laughed, and it seemed like all the emotional pain had subsided. I gave him a hug. I couldn't help it. Yeah, about that. Okay, so when you're in no contact, the ex has to be the one making all forward movement towards you, literally and figuratively, meaning they have to reach for their phone to call you, reach for their phone to text you, reach forward to hug you. You do not do any forward movement, so I would not have suggested the hug, but obviously it's too late now. We went outside to our cars. I walked over to his car some more to talk. Another half hour. No. No. You just undid all the no contact. Less is more. And again, you're moving forward. You move to his car. If he wanted to talk some more, he should have moved to your car. And she asked, should I have walked over to his car? Well, I think I answered that one. I was tempted to say, let's go for a drink, but I held myself. Well, thank God for that. I gave him another hug goodbye. And he said bye, and that he'd see me at church next week. So anyway, I'm not sure what to do now. I'm annoyed that no contact was broken. All my hard work down the drain. Do you suggest I avoid going to church to avoid him for at least the next few weeks? Few weeks? No. Few months? Yes. No marathon is not a sprint. It's not something that's over in a few weeks. You have to be prepared to do it for as long as necessary. So that means if you have to go to a different church, a different gym, a different restaurant, a different whatever. If you think that you might run into your ex anywhere, do not go there. Besides the fact that they might think that you're going there just to run into them, you're also going to be messing up the no contact. So don't go anywhere that they may be. Okay, continuing on. I feel like I've given him back the power to check up on me. I think she means that now he doesn't feel the need to check up on her because he has seen her. That's true. And I should have been more cold. No, it's not about being cold. I mean, this is someone that you're supposedly love and someone that you want to be in a loving relationship with. So why would you behave cold? You're trying to act like you're not interested, but then all the actions that you did show that you were interested. So it's not about being cold. It's just about not taking any forward actions. You can be polite. You can be civilized. Hi, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. Nice to see you. Gotta go. Ta-ta. I wanted him to miss me. My question is, will this second attempt at no contact have less impact now? Well, now it's going to take longer because now he feels like he has a chance with you, that he can see you at church, which when you don't show up again, he'll see that he won't see you at church. But yeah, now it's going to take longer than it would have otherwise. What do I do if he contacts me? Well, I don't think he's going to contact you because he said he'd see you at church. So that means I'm not contacting you because I'm going to see you at church. However, if he contacts you, same thing. Hello, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. No forward movement. He wants to see you. He makes the move. I can say one thing for sure, and that is that in just 2 weeks of no contact, it has brought me so much clarity. I'm able to see things I just couldn't see when I was in it, like my behavior and also his. Yes, that's the beauty of no contact. Not only does it show the person that you're not going to chase them, but you're also able to step back and see what's really going on and what your actions did that led to that situation. What's also amazing, as it seemed like he had some clarity as well, but I still definitely feel it needs more time. Yes, that's why I think at least 30 days is absolutely needed. No, not 30 days, as many days as needed, as long as needed. You cannot put a time limit on no contact. Like I said, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. Okay, so if you have any questions or comments, or you are interested in private coaching with me, you can contact me at my website, theartoflove.net. If you're listening to this on iTunes, I would appreciate if you would rate and review the podcast. If you're listening on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. And finally, remember that love inspires, empowers, uplifts, and enlightens.